Yes, the hostage drama at the Moda East gold mine in Springs ended yesterday as over the 500 miners came to surface after 3 days underground. The miners were caught up in a labor dispute between the National Union of Mine Workers and AMCU over allegations, or should we say over recognition rights. Now, the NUM is set to meet with the mine management to map the way forward. So, let's speak to the NUM's Deputy General Secretary, Mpho Phakedi, who speaks to us now via the online platform. Mr. Phakedi, thank you very much for your time. Can I quickly just go straight into this question? How many workers, or should I say how many members, have resigned from your union since this week's events?
Good morning, Xoli, and thanks for having us. We didn't receive any resignation from any of our members to date.
And so the workers that we saw signing some forms during the entire process of some of the workers coming back to surface, are you saying that none of those people were NUM members to begin with? Because the understanding is that those forms that they were signing, those were people who are saying, we now want AMCU to be recognized as the union of our choice.
Well, obviously, if there's any of those forms that have been signed or maybe a resignation to NUM, it will come to our attention. The point that I'm making here is that we have not received anything.
Okay. When last did the National Union of Mine Workers conduct a ballot at that particular mine?
Well, we haven't been following the events very well. You will recognize that the National Union of Mine Workers do have structures. The agreements are signed at the level of the branch and the company. So our structures at the level of the company are responsible for such processes.
That's very strange. That is very strange, Deputy General Secretary, and I'll tell you why it is strange. Because
please tell me why.
Your spokesperson is quoted as having said that the last time the NUM conducted a ballot at that mine was in 2010. So can the NUM genuinely claim that it still has a membership at that mine?
You'll appreciate that, Xoli. The membership doesn't depend on a ballot only. The membership, there's what we call a stop order. There's what we call membership subscription that has to be paid to the union. So also there is an opportunity for a member to resign. And I must tell you that we get that from time to time, and we don't have issues with that. As and when members feel like they don't want to be members of NUM, they just put a resignation and what is called a cancellation. So they go to company and say, we're cancelling our membership with the union. We don't want to be members anymore. So we have never had that to date.
So part of why I'm saying that your responses are very strange, it is premised on this fact that you have no idea when last a ballot was conducted by the NUM at this mine. By the way, you had an agreement that is called a closed shop agreement. For viewers who may not know, this simply means that no other union can organize at that mine because the NUM has a particular agreement with the mine management. Number two, you're saying that the stop orders is what would tell the union if anyone has resigned from your union. I put it to you, sir, that you have taken these workers for granted, and in the process, you had no clue whether you still had the support on the ground, and that's why your union is on the back foot. Am I lying?
Yes, you are lying.
Explain, please.
You are lying because as I've explained the processes, the NUM has got structures. We do have a structure at the branch level. That is called the branch committee. It has tasked with the responsibility to run the activities of the branch between the company and the union. So the branch is responsible to see to it that the activities of the union are running properly. Amongst the activities of the union is what we call a mass meeting. A mass meeting, that's where members are meeting to be raising grievances if there are any grievances. They are able to raise issues that they are not satisfied with. And the branch leadership is able to deal with those issues through engagement with management. So all those processes, they are taken care of, and it's a very open platform. So we get to interact with our members. And Xoli, it is not strange that members will be unhappy from time to time. It's not strange that there are those who will be wishing to join other unions. And we are living in a democratic country. So if a person feels like, I don't want to be a member of NUM, we are supposed to be following the right processes in terms of you leaving the NUM.
Yeah. So as we taper down on this interview, Mr. Phakedi, why then do you think that the workers at that mine have accused your union of being soft on management when it comes to addressing their grievances, and key among them are unauthorized deductions on their wages or salaries? They're saying that you have not stood up for them. And I think it harks back to exactly the statement you've just made, that as a union, what you know is that there is a stop order, and up until, I suppose, these events of this week, no worker who belonged to your union has stopped paying that stop order. I'm saying to you, the NUM has been complacent. Your response?
Look, we are a majority union there. Issues of collective bargaining we are responsible for. And as I've said earlier on, members, as and when they do have grievances about anything, any issue that they might not be happy with, they will raise it in the right platforms. The National Union of Mineworkers is a democratic union. It allows everybody, and you are not even subjected to only raise your issues at the mass meeting level. There are structures that you can formally complain to and raise those issues.
Yeah.
So all those issues that they have been raised during the strike, or maybe during this hostage drama, we will be following up on those issues. Some of them, it might be new issues to us that we didn't know, that we will have to understand from the branch as to these issues as raised by employees, to what extent they have been attended, and we'll be able to resolve them, those that we can resolve.
All right. As we close the conversation, to your knowledge, based on what you have seen, what sparked this drama, as you label it? What sparked this drama this week? And do you think that you as a union are now going to approach matters differently in any way, or you're simply going to continue on the path that you have?
Look, indeed, we cannot be like we're going to continue as if nothing has happened. We'll reflect on issues as raised, because we are a union that do not undermine issues from members and workers in general. We'll certainly look at issues as raised. As I've said, we'll give ourselves time to also resolve issues that we can resolve. But the issue is sparked by the organizational rights that AMCU was seeking to have in the company. And we are simply saying we always welcome that. We don't have issues with, we don't even have a problem to coexist with other unions. We have been doing that for a long time. We never had an issue with that. So for as long as the right processes are followed, Section 21 is followed, probably in this case of closed shop agreement, Section 26 must be followed, and we'll take it from there. If ever it comes out that Mpho has to be recognized, we don't have issues with that. We are coexisting with them in many other companies.
Mpho Phakedi, let me thank you very much for your time, Deputy General Secretary of the National Union of Mine Workers. Thanks for your time, sir. All right.